Welcome to the Kendra Nicole Podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of business and entrepreneurship, sprinkled with a touch of motherhood, chaos, and wisdom. I'm your host, Kendra James Anderson. With over 20 years of experience in the business arena and nearly a decade as a full-time entrepreneur, I've witnessed the ebbs and flows of the corporate world and the entrepreneurial landscape. But that's not all. I also navigate the beautiful chaos of being a wife and a mom to a lively toddler. So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur looking for fresh ideas or just getting started on your entrepreneurial path, this podcast is your resource for valuable insights, motivation, and practical tips. So grab your notepads and let's embark on a journey to success. This is the Kendra Nicole Podcast, where business is our focus, but we also appreciate the beautiful mess of motherhood. Let's get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Kendra Nicole Podcast. I am your host, Kendra Nicole. Today, we're diving into a critical topic for small businesses, financial forecasting. So forecasting, projections, budgeting, these are usually buzzwords, oftentimes used, but rarely explained in a clear way. So that's my hope for today, to break down the what, how, when, and why around forecasting, because whether you're an entrepreneur just starting out or an established business owner, you need to understand the power behind forecasting. And of course, you guys know I'm the owner of the finance firm. It's a full service accounting and fractional CFO firm. So all I do all day is talk finance and business decisions. And so that's why I would love to put together this episode to really help you, not a client of ours, better understand this so that you can implement it in your business. So let's first start with the why. Why is financial forecasting so crucial for small businesses? Trust me, it is not just about balancing the books. It's about planning, growth, and informed decision-making. So one reason why forecasting is so important is that it allows you to plan for the future. It helps you anticipate future financial needs and challenges and allows you to prepare and strategize effectively. Another reason is resource allocation. So forecasting really helps ensure that you have resources, be it money or manpower, and that they're allocated effectively to help you achieve the business goals that you have. Financial forecasting also helps with risk management. So risk management involves identifying potential financial issues in advance, and this allows you to be proactive and take steps in advance to mitigate those risks and to potentially save your business from those pitfalls. And then a fourth reason for financial forecasting is that it simply allows you to make informed decisions. So the one thing I love about financial projections is that it provides you with data. And this data can be used to make decisions about scaling, investing, reducing costs. And you know that I love talking data because business is inherently emotional, right? You love your business. You put a lot into your business, whether it's time or money or energy. Some people call their business their baby. It's an emotional relationship, but emotions can't drive your business. You need data to make an informed and effective decision, and financial projections can provide you with that. So those are some reasons around the why. It can help you plan for your future. It can help with resource allocation. It can help with risk management, and it can help provide information so that you can make informed decisions. Now, before we jump into some of the, tangible and practical tips for forecasting, I want to share a quick story with you first. I want to share how I recently helped a client with forecasting in their business. So this is a fractional CFO client of ours. So my accounting team handles all of their day-to-day accounting, and I serve as her virtual CFO. And this means we have strategic conversations about her business all the time. I'm her sounding board for different ideas, for different thoughts that she might have in her business. And one recent thought that she had was around hiring a COO, so a chief operating officer in her business. Really, she was just tired of handling some of the everyday operational tasks. She had an assistant, but she didn't have anyone that could handle those higher up, higher in the rank things that she needed. Some more executive level operational work, like the onboarding of contractors, the keeping up with the technology in her company, keeping up with some of the important paperwork. So because she's a CFO client of mine, we have a full financial model that we have created for her business. It's a custom model that we have for her where we can predict with great certainty the income, expenses, and cash flow of her business for the next few years. This model is used in forecasting. It's a model that I geek out over when I show it to my clients, and my clients, who are usually not numbers people, geek out over it as well. And so we knew through research that the type of COO that she wanted to hire would cost her about $120,000 a year as far as the full compensation package. And we knew that her business could afford that. And we knew that because we could drop that into the financial model, drop that $120K expense into the financial model, and we could see that her business could absolutely afford it. We could also determine how this $120,000 expense for this headcount could actually grow the business because of how it positively impacted other things. One thing in particular is freeing up the CEO to do more revenue generating tasks, because previously the CEO, she was turning down $50,000 partnerships and engagements because she was too tied up handling things that should have been delegated. So y'all, we helped her source and onboard the COO for her business. And within 90 days of that COO being onboarded, the CEO landed $87,000 of partnership agreements that she wouldn't have been able to take on previously had she not hired in that ops role. So that position has already more than half, almost 75% paid for itself, and it's definitely going to fully pay for itself within the next couple of months. So when I'm always talking about ROI and return on investment and resource planning and delegation, this is what I'm talking about. But you want to do it with a plan. You definitely don't want to do it without a plan and without first financially forecasting for it. Financially looking into the future and seeing, can you afford it? If you can't afford it, what's going to be the return on investment for it? It's not always dollar for dollar. It's not always I buy something that has to be revenue generating. You can buy something that allows you to do more revenue generating work. Again, financial forecasting. So let's hop into some practical techniques for financial forecasting. So one is historical data analysis. You don't have to start by building some intense financial model, though I love to do it. And if you want one, definitely email us because we can build one for you. But you can start by just analyzing your historical financial data. So you can look at past sales, past expenses, past cash flow patterns, and that will help you identify trends and seasonality. You know, I talk about seasonality all the time. It's a very important topic that gets overlooked by a lot of folks. So go back and check out some previous episodes where I do deep dives on that topic. Another technique you can try is sales forecasting. So you can focus on sales and estimate future sales by considering market conditions, customer behavior, industry trends. But with sales, please be realistic and even conservative in your projections. You can also do expense projections. So you can create like a detailed list of expected expenses, fixed costs and variable costs. And this should cover everything from, rent and salaries to supplies and marketing. Then a fourth thing you can do, it's a little bit more complex, but more effective, is cash flow forecasting. So you can develop a cash flow forecast to monitor the flow of funds in and out of your business. And this will help you anticipate cash shortages and plan accordingly. Now, note that a cash flow plan is not just simply combining sales and expense projections. Depending on your business, there's usually much more to it than that. And then finally, another tool is scenario planning. So scenario planning allows you to consider different scenarios, like your best case scenario or your worst case scenario, to understand the potential impacts on your finances so that you can prepare and make contingencies. So while those are 5 different techniques that you can use: historical data analysis, sales forecasting, expense projections, cash flow forecasting, scenario planning, you also need to be aware of the implementation and tools so that you can use these things to simplify your business in forecasting. So here are a few tools that you can use. The first thing is your accounting software. You absolutely want to invest in accounting software. That's going to help you track your financial data, generate reports, make budgeting more efficient. QuickBooks is definitely the most popular. It's a low cost. It's usually somewhere between $40 and $100 a month, depending on the plan. Now, here's the kicker and the caveat. I 100% recommend that you delegate the upkeep of your accounting software to a professional. So I've seen hundreds of QuickBooks accounts, and I can tell with certainty the ones that have not been maintained by an experienced professional, and know that it always costs more to fix someone's poor work, whether that's your poor work or a professional that's really ill-informed. It always costs more to fix poor work than to maintain it properly from the start. So definitely invest in getting that accounting software, but don't jack it up. Have a professional maintain it, and more to come on that in a second. But actually more to come on that now. So you absolutely want to get professional guidance. So number 2 is professional guidance. You'll absolutely want to work with a professional to ensure that it's accurate, that it's compliant. My team can support you. I have a team of experienced, attentive, and amazing accounting professionals that work for us here at the Finance Femme. They are literally the best. I will forever big up my team because they are amazing. Just ask any of our clients. And not only can we support you in accounting, but also in finance and business strategy. I serve as fractional CFO to our clients. I mentioned that earlier. And we also have tax solutions, from tax filing to tax planning for businesses and individuals. More to come on that exciting announcement, but email us at info@thefinancefemme.com if you are interested in learning more. So first thing is accounting software. Second thing is professional guidance. And the third thing is having regular reviews. So you'll want to set aside time every single month to review your financials and forecasts. You also have to adjust them and, keep things on track. So in order to do that, you have to touch it and look at it every single month. So for Finance Femme clients, our CFO clients have regular executive financial reviews with me every single month. We review your financials. We review the custom dashboards that we build for you. We discuss any updates or changes that need to be made to your projections. We update on your tax strategy. It is your dedicated time for finance and strategy conversations. And then the fourth thing is educate your team. So it is helpful to involve your team in some part of the financial process and to ensure that they understand financial goals and constraints of your business. Now, the detail and level in which you share, it really depends on the business and the team member. But involving your team in some way is usually pretty effective. Okay, so as we wrap up this episode, remember that financial forecasting is not a financial chore. It really is a powerful tool that can drive your business towards success. So by using these techniques and by using those tools, you can make informed decisions that will impact your business's bottom line, your business's cash flow, scalability, and saleability, all in a positive way. So of course, if you have any questions about today's episode, feel free to shoot us an email at info@thefinancefemme.com. If you found this episode valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, share it with any of your fellow small business owners who could benefit from understanding more about the power of financial forecasting. So thank you for tuning in to the Kendra Nicole Podcast. I'll talk to you next week. Take care. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Kendra Nicole Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing or leaving a review. Also, share it with a friend that might find it valuable. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll chat about more exciting topics and feature some amazing guests. And until then, keep focusing on peace and profit. This is the Kendra Nicole Podcast signing off. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next episode.